Would you tell your husband's family the real reason your daughter keeps saying no to them? Or would you just let it go to keep the peace? That's Kelley's question, and she wants to know, am I about to start World War III? Hi, I'm Jess. Welcome back to our channel. I'm your boundary big sister. I'm also a licensed therapist, and for nearly 15 years, I have worked with so many families through challenging dynamics, just like this one. Let's get into it. Years ago, Kelley and Brad set one parenting boundary, just one, and they held it for the very first time ever, and Brad's family, his whole family, turned on them. A full year of pile-ons, ugly things said about Kelley, ugly things said about Brad, and the family even tried to hurt them in ways that left real scars. Eventually, Kelley and Brad, they found their way back, they reconciled, but it was 100% the worst, most challenging, painful time in their marriage. Their kids saw all of it, so when they got older, they had questions. So Kelley and Brad, they sat down, they really hemmed and hawed, like, do we tell them the truth? Do we not? Do we protect them? What are we protecting? What's the best? And they decided after a lot of contemplation to tell their kids the truth. Fast forward a few years, one of Brad's older sisters, they decided out of nowhere that they want to be best friends with one of Brad's daughters. It's his youngest daughter. She wants shopping dates, staycations, movies. And Kelley's daughter, she wants none of it. I mean, she's fine seeing Brad's family or that side of the family once in a while at family gatherings, all together with her core family. But one-on-one time with an aunt that can turn her back on her mom and dad and everything she watched them go through, no. Hard pass, not interested. So Brad and Kelley's daughter, she texts her aunt back, very kind of you to think about me. This all sounds amazing. I'm actually in a very busy season of my life right now. I can't commit to any of this stuff. Thanks though, and I'll see you at the next family event. Does the aunt accept that? No. Instead, she brings the entire family in to pressure this young girl into a friendship she doesn't want. Now the daughter feels stuck because she doesn't want to say, you're not my kind of person. Basically, I watched what you did to my parents, and I don't want to be close to someone who can do that to family the moment they don't get their way. And she also does not want to, God forbid, start more drama. So she doesn't know what to do. But once the family starts piling on, Brad steps in for his daughter, and the second he does, the entire family, once again, that minion machine, fires back up. Now, Kelley and Brad, they're the monsters. They're keeping their daughter away from their precious aunt, the aunt that just wants to simply have a relationship with her niece. It's all Kelley and Brad's fault. On to Kelley's question. She wants to sit them down and she wants to say, after everything we went through, the kids had questions, and when they were old enough, we decided to tell them the truth. I'm sorry, but actions have consequences, and one of those consequences is that our kids just don't feel safe getting close to people who can turn on family the second they don't get their way. And she wants to know, am I off my rocker? Am I stupid? Is this smart? Would this start a war? What would you do? Okay, Kelley, first of all, are you describing my life? This is exactly what happened to us. So we set one parenting boundary. Well, we set a lot of boundaries, we thought, before we knew what a boundary was. Turns out we were just making requests. And then when the other party didn't change, we would just get resentful. It was just a mess. But the one boundary that we finally set and held, my husband's entire family turned on him. And it was so traumatic for him. It led to so many hurtful things being said and done to our family that my husband demanded an apology. And when that didn't come, that bled into a very unnecessary estrangement for 2 years. And then finally, when we realized, okay, there's just no way we can explain this any different, like they're not getting it, then we finally realized that there's some people that are unable to step out of, they're in so much pain, they're unable to step out of their pain in order to really acknowledge like the impact of their actions on you. And we decided to learn how to heal on our own. I want to take a second to talk about the aunt. I believe she truly wants to just have a good relationship or a close relationship with her niece. I don't think she is meaning any harm by any of this. I definitely don't believe that she is connecting dots from her previous behavior, what she did to Kelley and Brad, to why her niece maybe now won't want to hang out with her. I don't believe she's connecting those dots. And the reason I say that is because of the way she was unable to accept her niece's no. Like her niece very kindly said, I'm in a busy season of my life. This was really awesome of you, and I'll see you at the next family gathering. Like it was the nicest way of her to just say, I'm just not interested. And her brain couldn't hear it. And instead of even just accepting it, processing it or whatever, and just moving on, she escalated it to the family. So that leads me to wonder, could there be some emotional immaturity going on here? Could there be that Fort Knox defense system that I talk about in emotionally immature brains where they don't have a lot of skills for nuances? It's very black and white thinking, but their deepest fears are rejection, abandonment, and not being good enough. And so the moment they sense rejection, their brain kicks in to their defense to protect them, and it rewrites the story in real time. So as someone's talking to them, if they start to feel rejected, all of a sudden they start concocting a different story as you're speaking, and all of a sudden now, Kelley and Brad are the bad guys again. They're the monsters. It has nothing to do with me. I'm fine. I'm okay. Like, I'm not getting rejected by my niece. It's them. Now, none of this is, in my experience, malicious. Now we're talking about emotional immaturity or the potential of it. We're not talking about personality disorders. That is different. So for just emotional immaturity, we're talking about an emotional brain that stopped developing skills. So you could be talking to a 3-year-old brain. They have the same skills as a 3-year-old or a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 12-year-old. It just depends on where or when their brain stopped developing. We don't know that. We don't even know if that's what's going on in this family. It's a hunch because of the pattern that they exhibited right away. Like right away, when they didn't get their way, it was the same pattern as before. They all came together. The minion mob jumped on Brad and Kelley the moment they stepped in to try to protect their kid. So they couldn't connect the dots. They also couldn't see that, okay, maybe the kid just doesn't want to hang out with the aunt. No. It's not that at all. It's them. For me, I would only consider sitting down with this family and talking this through if, after the big rupture, that family came to me and acknowledged the pain that they caused me. If they took ownership of, wow, like groupthink took over and we did a lot of bad things, and this is how it had to have impacted you. I'm so sorry. They showed remorse. They expressed remorse, apologized, and they really showed long-term lasting change going forward. Then yeah, of course, I would sit down and I would have a conversation with them. But I'm going to bet that's not what happened. And I'm going to bet that because in order for family conflict to escalate to this level, in my opinion, emotional immaturity has to be there on one or both sides. With that in mind, would I sit down my family if they were not the ones to fix the rupture, if we basically had to fix it and just go on without an apology or any acknowledgement? Man, would it be great? Would it feel great to give them a dose of reality and just say, yeah, this is what happens. This is what you get. Like, this is a consequence of your actions. Yeah, it would feel like I'm standing up for my husband, my daughter, myself, my family. It would feel like I'm standing up for what's right. And in my experience, personally and professionally, any family who can turn on their own over one reasonable parenting boundary, that conversation never lands the way you imagine. Like, it makes you feel typically 1,000 times worse, and you walk away feeling like you wasted your breath. In order for a message like that to land, like what Kelley wants to say to her in-laws, there needs to be a few things. First, there has to be insight into their own behavior. They have to be able to really look inside and be like, wow, I can't believe I did that. Second, they have to be able to tolerate really hard conversations without having to lob it back at you, like defensive deflection, denying. They have to be able to sit with it and hold it like a hot potato, not toss it back to you. They have to be able to hold the conversation. They also have to have the ability to put themselves into your shoes and really mentalize how their actions impacted you. They have to do all of this in the heat of the conversation without crippling under that heavy weight of shame. Again, if the in-laws, if Brad's family did not participate in the reconciliation, and basically you guys just had to lick your own wounds, figure out how to heal on your own, set your boundaries, and then re-engage with the family, there's no way in heck I would consider giving them this truth talk. I just think it'd be a waste of time. I definitely think it would spark up more drama. And also, you have to remember your daughter, like the daughter here, she already told you what she wants. She wants the door open for family events. She doesn't want to be the reason that a new blow up happens. So if you say the real reason, you might feel like you're defending her, but from her seat, that can land like, you just threw me under the bus. So if it were me, I would let my daughters know be the answer. Like that's the whole answer. And then when the pressure lands on Brad, he gets one line to repeat over and over and over. Our daughter is in a very busy season of life. She loves seeing everybody at family events. We're really looking forward to seeing you all at insert the next family event. You know that you're not keeping your kid from anybody. Like that's what matters the most. Like you are allowing your child who's growing up to trust her own gut. Like that is a serious gift to your daughter. All right, so MYB community. Would you sit down and have a conversation like this, or would you hold the calm line, let your daughters know, stand on its own? Let's talk about it in the comments.